Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. So it's gonna be a shorter live this morning just because even I have an appointment for something, but we are here. Hey, Joe Marie. Hey, Becky. Hey, Kim. Good morning, good morning. So we're gonna talk about an alarming situation that it's definitely something. It's a story time for people to be aware of because it's actually pretty crazy. Okay, let me just get a poon. Okay. Hey, Carol. Hey, Georgia. Hey, Selena. Good morning, good morning. So real quick, we're going to make our Beautifully You. And I did pull the wheel out for y'all. Because we still have a U supplement, Herbal Face Foods product that we could spin for. So I got my book. I should be getting the gift cards hopefully today to send you guys to. So every you order is going to get a spin. Okay, so we have gift cards, Herbal Face Foods, cashback, supplement, or cup on here. So every order gets a spin for something wonderful. We're almost halfway to the month, so we're gonna play some catch up because remember, if we hit our goal for the month, you guys are gonna get $500, and we can decide how you guys want to split it up. But okay, guys. So story time. So this is a story that I heard this morning. It was actually really alarming to me. I wanted to kind of share it with you guys because this is something that I feel like we all need to be aware of because I've never thought of a situation like this before, but it actually like kind of gave me like an awakening because like, oh my God, this could happen to me or my friends and stuff like that so easily. So I don't know the girl's names. We'll just make up names, whatever, doesn't really matter. So there's this girl named Sarah, and she is a content creator, right? So she, is trying to become like a travel career. Now, this is what else is triggering. My sister wants to do this. Like, this is my sister's dream job, is to be a travel content creator. So hearing this, like, I'm going to tell her this story afterwards too. Like, it's actually very scary. So she is wanting to be a travel content creator. Which essentially means like you get to travel for free, or you're paid to stay at hotels and they cover everything, all that good stuff. And that sounds pretty wonderful. Like if I didn't have like pets and like a Sterling, I would totally, like I told Liam, I would love to be like a traveling nomad, like content creator. That'd be amazing. Like having the ability to stay different places all the time where they cover it and they want like just content and stuff, like that's the bomb. So this hotel reaches out to her on Instagram saying how they're interested in having her come to the hotel for like Memorial Day weekend or something like that. And she's ecstatic because this is what she wants to do for her career, right? She wants to be able to do this for a living and travel and everything like that. So she starts talking to this hotel. Now they have 10,000 followers. Everything looks good. So she's like, awesome. So they start with Instagram and then they transfer over to my toe, email where they continue talking. And she's talking with a Betty. I don't know. I forget the names. And setting everything up. And they're like, okay, we want you to come for this long weekend. We'll pay for everything, flights, hotel. And all we ask is pictures and content, which is pretty normal. A lot of places will do that. We can get offers to go eat at a place for photos or stay at a place or pop in, go shopping, different things like that. So she is excited, like, okay, this is like some moves for her career. So she's like, awesome, yes, I'll take it. So then they say, all right, you could bring a +1. So if you have a girlfriend you'd want to bring, we'll cover all of her stuff too. So food, hotel, flight, everything. Just bring a girlfriend. If I sound muffled, it's because you guys are on a toilet paper roll. Let me know if that's better. Is that better? So she's like, okay. She's like thinking, okay, I don't have any too many girlfriends. But she starts reaching out, but it's hard because it's Memorial Day weekend. Most of them have plans. She's not from Florida, and it was to Miami, so she would actually have to like travel. So she is running out of people to find, but she doesn't want to travel alone. So she ends up asking one of her guys, Mitch, if he can come with her. You know, he's this like 6'3" guy. You know, he's also like a content creator. So she's like, hey, will you come with me? She's like, I couldn't imagine them being upset, you know, if I brought a guy, you know, and if for some reason they don't want to pay for you because you're not another female, then I'll just cover your costs, but I want you to come with me. Easy enough. So she books their flights, and they are heading to Miami to go to this hotel. Now, real quick, guys, don't forget, every you order is going to get a spin. We have gift card, herbal face food, cashback, supplement, and cup on here. Every order gets an item. So if you guys need some Beautiful You, let me know. I could talk about things. And the charge is also 35% off. So if you guys are looking for a midday energy boost, this is awesome. They have Red Rush and Strawberry Pineapple. Red Rush is actually growing on me, but the Strawberry Pineapple is my favorite. So they land in Miami. They go and get their luggage. And after that, she walks out and she sees this like guy, black suit, sunglasses, holding a sign with her last name with the hotel's logo above it. So she's like, perfect. So she goes up to him. She's like, this is me. And he goes, okay, where's the other girl? And he said, oh, there's another girl. I couldn't find one, so I brought my friend Mitch. And the guy's like, looks down, kind of looks like disgruntled, and he's whatever. So he walks him to the car. He opens the trunk. They put their luggage in the car. Can you guys comment? I want to make sure the comments are working because I haven't seen anything in a second. Can you guys everyone say good morning to me real quick? I want to make sure it's working. Please, everyone just say hi. I want to make sure we're not frozen. Hey, Ash. Okay, good. But guys, I'm going to make you a deal. For the first 5 people who order you this morning, you'll get a second. I'll give you 2 spins, and you can choose which of the 2 options you would prefer. So you have 2 chances at Herbal Face Foods this morning, or a supplement, or a cup. So first 5 people who order from you will get 2 spins, and you can decide what you'd prefer. So the guy sounds disgruntled, whatever, and they get into the car. Well, it's like a big SUV, but there's like a slide thing. And it's up, and he looks like he's like kind of like yelling. She's like, okay, maybe there's like some traffic out there, or he's trying to communicate with someone. But then as they're sitting there, they're starting to listen in, and this guy is sounding really, really irritated that she did not bring another female, and that he brought this guy. And he's getting like sounding disgruntled. So she like taps, she's like, hey, you know, if it is an issue that I brought Mitch, it's okay. I will cover everything, so please don't feel like obligated. I'm sorry if I didn't bring another female for like the collab. I will pay for everything. Like, I'll pay for his hotel room, his food, everything. You know, I'm sorry, I just couldn't find another girl. Everyone was busy. So then this other guy gets in the front seat and starts talking to the driver, and they started like kind of like yelling in like Portuguese, going back and forth, and just sounding really, really like irritated. And she's like, I'm sorry, you know, like I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal. You know, it was almost like their day was ruined. You know what I mean? So they end up just pulling back over, like still at the airport, throwing their luggage out on the curb and telling them to get out. And she's like, what the heck? She's like, I didn't think they'd be that upset that I brought a guy instead of a girl. So, let me skip this person. So she's like, let me contact the hotel. Maybe there's misunderstanding. These people were obviously hired to pick me up, and they were expecting to pick up 2 girls. So maybe they thought like maybe we weren't the right people, and obviously, you know, their job, like, you know, they were confused with their job. So she emails the company, and then she also Instagrams them. And they're waiting. She's like checking her phone, like, okay, they should be writing back soon. And Mitch is like, listen, let's just go to the hotel, because by the time they email back, we could have been there. We could just get this sorted out. So she's like, fine. So they get an Uber and they go to the hotel. Now, she pulls up, she notices that, I don't know her real name. I made up a fake name. I already forgot the fake name that I used. Okay, Jennifer, you're going to be our first one. So as they're getting to the hotel, she notices that the logo's a little different, and it was like something subtle, but because she was talking on Instagram and pulling it up so much, like she kind of noticed that it was different. All right, Jennifer, let's see. Let's get Jennifer real quick. Jennifer Howard, we're going to give you 2 spins, and then you can decide which one you'd prefer. All right, blue is a gift card. And blue is a gift card. All right, gift card for you, girl. That was easy. All right, gift card for Jennifer. So 4 more people will get 2 spins and they can decide which one they want. So they get to the hotel, right? And they go to the front desk like, hey, can we speak to a manager? So the manager's like, what's going on? Come into my office. So they sit down with the manager and they kind of tell them everything going on. And she's like, I talked to like the promotional department. So they said, she's like, let me see these messages. She goes, I'm the manager. I do the promotional stuff and there's no Betty here. So maybe you're confused and you're at the wrong hotel. So she pulls it up and says, no, here's the logo. And the lady goes, that's our old Instagram. I thought we got rid of that. Like we rebranded. We ended up starting with a new Instagram and started fresh. So that's not us contacting you. But they were using all those hotels' pictures. So that started getting alarmed. She's like, well, that's kind of weird. And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And at this time, this girl's so frustrated. She goes, I'm so sorry for bothering you. She goes outside and starts crying. And Mitch is like, hey, I think you should call the cops about this. She's like, really? He's like, yeah, because like of the situation. So she ends up calling and they're like, we're going to send a detective over to you right now. Where are you? And she's like, what the heck? Like nothing happened. Why do we need a detective? And so this detective shows up. They go sit into the hotel and start talking. And she explains the whole situation. And this guy's like, you don't understand how lucky you are. She goes, what do you mean? And he goes, there's a lot of human trafficking in Miami, and they will use old hotels' accounts that they buy at a premium, keep it as the hotel, and they'll reach out to influencers to literally kidnap them for trafficking. And he's like, when you brought this guy, they must have thought it was a threat and it wasn't worth dealing with, so they left you on the side. He said, you might have not got your hotel stay, but the fate that you got away from was a lot far worse. Yeah. How scary is that? But it like triggered me because I was like, oh my God, like, you know, that can happen more often than none. Like that's like a real life situation. Like obviously it really happened to this girl, but that's crazy to think. Like it's really going to make me double, like even with people, like double check to be like, where are we going and stuff like that. Because if she was to have brought another girl, like they asked, they literally could have been human trafficked and that could have been the end of them. So thank God she brought the guy. So I'm always taking Liam from now on. How crazy is that? So if you guys ever get to reach something that sounds too good to be true or the particulars are weird, I would say contact that hotel, contact that restaurant itself, and just confirm whoever you're talking to is legitimate. Hi, Stephanie. Because imagine, like literally, imagine that girl would not have been able to tell that story if she brought another woman. And how many people that they got flying 2 pretty girls in to literally traffic. Oh, I'm sure it happens all the time. And that's just so scary to think because Miami's right at the port and all that stuff. So it's like, thank God she brought that guy. But yeah, I heard the story this morning on TikTok and I was just like, oh my God. Like, I can't even imagine. You know, because we get, you know, people get offered things, you know, especially some of my friends. I'm sure they get offered most crazy things, you know what I mean? Well, she thought it was true because it was like from a valid Instagram account with 10,000 followers and she's talking to someone, maybe the email had it, you know, maybe it was Gmail, but she didn't really put that together because she was new into the field and thought everything looked good. But the crazy part is that was the hotel's old Instagram and when they rebranded, they got rid of it, but they must have sold it to somebody. And that person who bought it had bad intentions because the detective said, okay, Carol, I'll spin for you next. The detective said is they'll buy them for a premium price, but not change anything. All right, Misty Essinger, I see now. So let's spin twice for Misty. All right, yellow is Herbal Face Foods, so you could choose that, or red, which is gift card. So Misty, would you like Herbal Face Foods or a gift card this morning? Okay. I'm assuming I know what you want, Misty, but just let me know just in case you want something else. Misty, yes, I just spun for you. You can either choose between a gift card, and I'll do a $50 gift card, or an Herbal Face Foods product. Let me know what you'd like. Okay, and then Carol said, but I didn't see hers yet. Let me check my thing. Do you want a $50 gift card or Herbal Face Foods? purple. Okay. So next we have Carol Maddox. So guys, I don't have any more herbal face foods, so yellow will be supplements. So we have 2 spots for supplements for you guys. So I'm going to spin twice for Carol. And then Carol, you can tell me what you want. And then we'll get back into discussion. Okay, red is gift card. All right, gift card for Carol. I like how the system's like, I'm just choosing for you. And then Lily Russell. Lily Russell, you're next. We're going to give you 2 spins, and you can choose. Gift card. Do you want, Lily, do you want a gift card or cash back? Good morning. Oh, thank you, Stacy. We love the wristbands. Thank you, girls. So yes, Lily, let me know which one you want. Thank you, guys. I have like a little green on my pants from like the Spoiled collection. I thought it would match good. But yeah, every order gets a spin. I'll keep doing the 2 spins. It's kind of fun. You'll get 2 spins. Every order gets 2 spins. You could choose which one of the 2. So Lily, let me know. Carol, it's going to be for Spoiled. Ugh. Good morning, Chrissy. What am I doing here? So every you order, you'll get 2 spins. You can choose which of the 2 things that you land on. Okay, I'm going to email you for the cash back. But yeah, so I just thought it was crazy because so many people nowadays want to become content creators and influencers and stuff like that. But there's a lot of dangers that you have to kind of be aware of. And that's something myself, like, I wouldn't have put that together right away. Like, obviously, I probably would have done my research and been skeptical, or I would only have taken Liam. But then again, maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know. You know, though, I think one thing I would definitely say, hearing that story, hold on, I'm just trying to put my cash back thing, is I think from that story, if I ever got a deal like that, I would say I will get myself to the hotel myself. Do not pick me up. Because that obviously would kind of nip it in the butt. Because obviously they were never going to the hotel. They would have taken those girls wherever they wanted to go. So I think that's the important thing, is if you are offered something, I think a really good safety precaution, be like, I'll get them there myself, thank you. Unless it's a company that you've worked for before. Like, obviously I've gotten picked up, I've had car services before with companies, but they're companies I've actually worked with and earned for. But I feel like if you get a collaboration or you're unsure of something, if they offer you a car service, I think you should decline it and then see what they say. If they're okay with it, you declining it and saying, okay, see you at the hotel, I think that would be the way to go. So avoid car services if they offer you, unless you know it's safe. Yeah, you never know. That's the crazy part. Like, I just can't imagine, like, what would have happened to this girl if she didn't bring a guy. Or how many other people they got with this. Because, you know, getting a trip to Miami, all paid for, inclusive, that sounds pretty badass, especially if you're from another, like, state. That's going to be something that people jump onto for sure. So to think that this is something that they just have going for them, that they do constantly, that's a scary thing. And I hope that, you know, the detective was able to do something and shut down the Instagram and things like that and maybe save some more lives, because who knows what could have happened. What am I talking about? So it was a story about a girl who's a content creator. If you guys want to hear the whole story, you want to rewatch. But long story short, she was offered a gig to come to a hotel in Miami, all inclusive. They were going to cover everything. And they said, just bring another girlfriend with you so she could do photos too and things like that. Well, she couldn't find a friend. So essentially she brought a guy with her. And because she brought that guy, it ruined the plans that these people truly had, which was human trafficking. And she was saved because they just decided it wasn't worth it. Okay, I love how I see right there, but it's not here. Oh, there they go. They're going slowly. But yeah, so I just thought that was a crazy story. And let me know, guys, if you like story times like this, where it's like crazy stories and stuff like that, because I enjoy reading things like this 'cause I feel like it's knowledgeable and puts like awareness out there. But it's also freaking crazy that it like that's actually something that exists. Like that's real. Thank you, Vanessa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, but what are you guys up to today? Happy hump day, happy Wednesday. We gotta think of a fun little spoil deal today later too. Well, Annie, she thought she was. That was the thing because it was their old Instagram account. So everything was legitimate, you know, aside from the people. So I think, you know, two things you learn is like don't take car service from somebody that you don't know. And two, like call the hotel themselves to confirm things or call the restaurant or call whatever it be and talk to like the actual 800 number or the number they have right there to confirm everything's true. Because a lot of times things are too good to be true. Like I get so many emails, probably like 5 a day of like fake collaborations where they either are trying to, they said their reds help with blood flow. No, Nicole, it helps you produce nitric oxide. It doesn't have nitric oxide in it. It helps you produce the nitric oxide. So here, I'll tell you, it's right here. It's the beets that do it in it. So it doesn't, they don't put nitric oxide in here. It helps your body make the nitric oxide. That's what it does. It helps your body produce it. I don't know if you could bottle up nitric oxide, but yes, so the ingredients help your body make the nitric oxide itself. Hey, Danielle. How did she find out that they were fake? So after the people wouldn't take her, she went to the hotel, and that's how she found out because they're like, no, that's not us. That's not our Instagram anymore. We got rid of that Instagram. So luckily, they didn't want to deal with her bringing a guy. Like it was too much of an inconvenience or work. Maybe he would have put up a fight, and it wasn't worth it to them. So they went to the hotel, and that's how they found out. Hey, Glendez, good morning. Nikki, if you want to email them, though, they can explain it more. But yeah, it helps you produce the nitric oxide. Samantha, hoping that everything healed good for you. You know, when I was younger, I always wanted a C-section because I never imagined, like, pushing a baby out. But then I actually saw Hallie do a C-section, and I was like, nope, I'll push. Because I can't imagine all of that. Like, I was always, like, in my younger days, I was like, ooh, C-section. And I don't know how y'all do that. That is, like, that's insane. Getting all cut in half like that. It's impressive. No way, Jose. I hope they do. I mean, if they got a detective there, obviously this is something that's a big deal, so I'm sure she gave them the Instagram and the email. Maybe they could pull the hotel stuff. Maybe they got lucky and they were like she remembered the license plate. Who knows? But you know, if she could recognize these guys, they could be there later that day or the next day even to get another unexpected victim. We really have no idea. So hopefully it did kind of help with her getting away. And thank God to the guy Mitch who gave her the idea to call the cops in the first place, because those people could have gotten away with it, because you would never put two and two together like that and think, oh my God, you know, I was almost trafficked. Like, that's not something you would think of, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, Linda, where'd she go to have her organ snatched? And did she live, or was that the end of her? But alright guys, let's keep going. Every order will get 2 spins, and you could choose which of the 2 items you would prefer. Yeah, I can't imagine you guys, your C-sections. Props to y'all. Props. That's insane. Like, that's why, like, when they said I could do a tummy tuck, I was like, no, sir. Like, I can't imagine even just my skin getting cut like that. She got unalived and she went to Turkey. Wow. Oh, she unalived? Yeah, that's scary, too, because women travel all the time to foreign countries to save money to get surgery. And you never know what you're going to. Like, it's scary. Like, that's why, even for me, like, sometimes I think about going to, like, another country, but because I don't speak the language, I don't look the language, anything like that, it just kind of freaks me out because you don't know. Like, you could book someone that you think is reputable or it looks good, and then it might not be. So, it's scary. Because, you know, people could be getting pulled up, and they could find out, like, she could have been going to a reputable place, but then someone, like, got her to go to the wrong place or something, you know what I mean? Like, ooh, That's scary. I do want to go to Colombia, but if I went to Colombia to get anything done, I would either bring Jessica or Bianca that speak Spanish so they could, like, keep me alive. You okay, baby? Ugh. Yeah, it's an interesting story. I like reporting things. Could have been me in another life. How scary. Just took her organs instead. Like, have a good day. Oh, God. See, it's so scary. You know, especially going to, like, really far away countries like that. That's crazy to me. Like, when people go to, like, on the other side of the earth, like, I couldn't, this is my thing. If you go to the other side of the earth to get a surgery, like, you have to recover there and stuff. Like, that just sounds like a lot. Like, I'd have to bring my whole damn family if I was doing that. But you know what I mean? Because, like, literally, like, say you went to Mexico to get a BBL. You can't just fly back home. Like, you're there for a week in a recovery, maybe even 2 weeks. If you get a tummy tuck, it's probably a couple weeks. I couldn't imagine. What is this? So that's a lot. Like I like when I get surgeries, like I want to be close to home. Like my when I got my boobs done, it was an hour away, and I was able to come home that day. My BBL was a little different, but we got a place, you know, in Miami where you were used to Miami, but I didn't have to fly. Like, and seeing so many people that were there like that same week as me, like having to plan flight, and they literally have to like stand in the plane the whole way back. God, I can't even imagine. Like, it was hard enough, like, being in Miami for a week and having to drive 2.5 hours. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, they go to save major money, but this sounds like a lot. Aw, thank you, Chris. I snuck into Liam's bed last night and slept, and I actually woke up painless. And I was like, oh my God, that was like the best ever. Like, I woke up still tired because I tossed and turned because I like sleep weird in the bed with him because it's like a small, like, children's-ish bed. And obviously he has to sleep a certain way. But man, I woke up without pain and I'm like, this is heaven. I told him, I was like, we need to switch beds a little bit because I need to get into this one for a small amount of time. That's how they found out because your sister, so they thought, so what, they called and said, hey, your sister died in surgery getting a tummy tuck. We're so sorry. But then they did the autopsy and she had no organs. Oh my God, I can't imagine. Well, Cassie, that's the thing is when you get any surgery, you have to sign that waiver that they are not liable for anything. So that's a real thing. Like, even when like Liam had his surgery, he had to sign a waiver saying that they were not liable if he died. That's just like a hospital thing. But you have to be careful because you have to look at the places that you're getting your surgery from and not just review it, feel it. Because there was this doctor I wanted to go to so bad in Miami. His stuff was amazing. And I walked in there, and you guys might remember this story. It was like in a rented place, and while I was waiting, I noticed like that the paint was peeling off the walls and all this stuff, and it was starting to be uncomfortable. And they put me in this room, and I was in this room for 20 minutes. And I'm looking around, and I swear to God, there was blood on the table. You know, there was paint were peeling. There was like instead of like real signs, it was paper with tape, and it was really uncomfortable. Like I opened the door to like go to leave because I was waiting so long, and lady's like, "He'll be with you shortly," and like kind of shooed me back into the door. And when he came in, you know, he was so confident and he had such great success. And he's like, I have a 100% success rate, never had deaths, and it happens a lot with BBLs. And he's like, do you have any questions for me? And I said, honestly, I have to ask. I was like, I love your work, but your place is so unkept. And he's like, you know, this might be unkept. My surgery room is like immaculate, but it's like hard to get there when you're like, your first impression is like, you're in this like decaying area and there's like blood on shit. I mean, at least it looked like blood. And I couldn't, like, I wanted that doctor so bad, but after seeing, like, I'm like, if you can't take care of, like, your front office area to look nice, how am I going to expect that back there is taken more care of? You know what I mean? So when I went to the next doctor, I walk in, they had a beautiful area, everything was clean and proper. I met the doctor in an office and got to see everything. I was like, this makes more sense to me because everything looks like it's cared for, because being cared for is like a big deal, especially when you're having surgery. And you know, the doctor I ended up actually having deaths. Like in his years, I think he had like one. So he wasn't as good of a doctor, but I went to him because everything just it was a lot more kept. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It sucks though, because I still see his stuff to this day, and I'm like, ugh. It's so nice. But walking in like that, I'm just like, why not just put a little paint on the walls, make it look nice? Like, you're having people come in, like, have it, you know? Jamie, if you text me, I'll send it to you, but the fresh should trigger it. If it's not, just text me. But guys, who is next to order some you'll get 2 spins, and you could choose between those 2 spins what you would prefer. Supplements, gift cards, cup, cash back. Those are some of the options. But yeah, I just couldn't put myself to that, because like just seeing it, like sitting in a room and I'm like, is there blood on this? Like one of those like massage tables? I'm like, oh my God, you know? Yeah, I went to Miami, Tara. And that was already hard, because I'll tell you, when you're in Miami, English is the second language, and I was going through some of the stuff like after my surgery, and the lady did not speak English, and I was like already getting off anesthesia, so I was like hysterical, and then not being able to understand someone. It was actually really hard for me. I do feel like my biggest recommendation with that place is, if you have someone that only speaks English, you need to have someone that's bilingual to be able to help that person after the fact, because that was like the worst part for me, is not being able to communicate with like my nurse after, and she's like wheeling me out and I don't know what's going on and stuff. That was like my one thing. Oh, Jennifer, yeah, let me spin for you. Red gift card. All right, Jennifer, we got you a gift card. Okay, we got 6 minutes before we gotta go. Good morning. I'll just do the black shirt just for the thing. That's good. Why? You understand why, right? Or do you think that's not an issue? Do you use your own tissue from your body? So BBL takes your own fat and moves it. So for me, I had a petite BBL, so they didn't really put fat in the back of my butt. What they did was kind of shape me to make me look more even for my scoliosis. So they kind of put it on the sides, like my hips here. So I have it here more, and I didn't before. So if you look at pictures of me behind it, I have like more of an illusion of the butt, but they didn't actually make my butt go out more, if that makes sense. It was just like this area. But I only had like 10 pounds or 15 pounds for them to move around, so it wasn't really much. Like, it wasn't like someone going that was like 40 pounds overweight that they had to move around. I literally had like 15 pounds, if that, and you lose most of that. So they took, I think I did pretty good keeping everything alive and like saving it, like, 'cause you could lose more. But yeah, they pretty much just kind of put it here for me. Like, that was the plan. Honestly, Lizzie, we should have all the orders done by Friday. So if you guys are waiting on an order, Friday. It could be sooner, like today or tomorrow, but Friday will be. We have like 3 pages of orders left. We've been like boot scooting boogieing, so look out for Friday. Yeah, it's gonna be emailed to you guys. I reached out to Tara, so I'm just waiting for her to email me the gift cards, and I'll be emailing everyone from last week and today. Okay, let's see if we have anybody else who ordered. We got 5 minutes left, guys, before I gotta get off. So if anyone wants to order some for a double spin, let me know. Yeah, well, Tara, so if they had a huge BBL and they're tiny, they weren't at one point. Or they could have still been like proportionate, like I wouldn't say they were, anyone would be fat, but they could have like evenly had more thickness, because they take from your back, they take from your stomach, and sometimes they take from your thighs. So, and a lot of girls too, they get it done multiple times. So maybe they had 20 pounds. They take the 20 pounds and do it, and then they'll eat like whatever to gain fat again, and then they'll go a second time and kind of like build it up. So I know that happens. But it just depends. Like, I really had minimal fat. Like, the guy even told me most of mine was coming from my stomach. So if you can imagine, I didn't really have much to pull. It was just like enough. Stacy, you got the tracking. It was sent via email. That's how we were able to print out your order. And I will check with Assunta for your gift card. It would have been emailed back to you. Stacy says she still hasn't gotten a gift card from us for canceling the other bi-monthly. If you could check on that and maybe just resend her the email. Oh, that's annoying, Rebecca. Honestly, though, BBL is like one of the most dangerous plastic surgeries to get. It's like 1 in every 10,000. So just kind of keep that in mind for someone that's like maybe hasn't really done surgeries and stuff, because it can be very dangerous. That's why when you guys saw me, I was so proactive, like walking since the day I got it, not sitting, all sorts of stuff. Like you really, blood clots are the big thing. So if you do get it, just make sure like you are very proactive. Like wear your fajas, walk, you know, all those little things, because it makes a big difference, because at the end of the day, that could be like life or death, like just taking care of yourself properly. So that's like my biggest thing. Like even when I got home, or actually when I was there, like Liam helped me shower and clean my incisions every day, and I had multiple fajas, so they were switched out every day or twice a day depending on like the leakage and things like that. So you really just want to keep yourself as cleanly as possible. I had bandages that I'd put on the incisions, so if they leaked, that would be on it and stuff like that. So you really just want to be proactive and give yourself the best opportunity possible. Like literally that day I had surgery, I made it outside the hotel, then right back in. It was so hard. But after that, the next day, by the end of it, I was like, on day 3, I was like walking around like the whole hotel and stuff. But that's gonna be your best friend. And that's what was killing me when I saw someone get a BBL recently and they were feeling so sick they couldn't move. I was like, please move, please move. All I wanted to do was see you move, because that made me so scared. Because, you know, blood clots and stuff like that can happen so easily. Yeah, the back of the car getting transported was not my vibe. But you guys also see I'm an emotional one when it comes to anesthesia. I'm a crier. Like when Liam came out, there was this lady next to him that we couldn't see, like hysterical, like I thought someone died, and I was like, what happened? She was anesthesia. Like Liam was cool as a cucumber, and this other lady, like what? No, I have 1 minute. I'm getting off now. All right, guys, I gotta go. We have a little thing to attend to, but I will go live hopefully afterwards at Spoiled, so I will see you guys there. If you guys do want to grab anything from you can grab it. I'll give you guys a double spins later. Jennifer, I love the taste. Put it in the refrigerator. But all right, guys, I'll see you.